So you've been an international runner.
Yes.
You've been a touring musician.
Yes.
You founded one of the biggest run clubs in the UK.
Okay, yeah.
Who do you feel is the most authentic Jimmy now?
That's a good question. I feel like there was a sweet spot during lockdown where Running Punks really started to kick on. When I started doing the running reviews, so I was out running and reviewing albums. So that moment, I was like, I just turned 40. I just become a dad. And I happened, because of my craziness, captured myself falling in love with running and music by filming my runs. So that was like a really sweet spot for me, and that was when I went sober. So that's the bit I try and go back to. I try to remember, right, if things are tough, I think it wasn't that long ago that I fell in love with these things all over again. So
it wasn't that long ago.
No,
because like you're a world-class runner, right? International, running at the World Championships and stuff like that. So how did you fall out of that then? Because you say during COVID you weren't running, you weren't doing these things.
Yeah.
What was the arc there that sort of led you to that point?
So I've always enjoyed playing guitar. I've always loved music. Music has been a massive thing. Like, I always listened to it before warming up, before races. So music was always a big emotional thing for me. It always got me fired up emotionally, and as I'm sure it does for lots of people. So I played guitar in bands in school, and during my time as a runner, kind of as I got better and better, I found myself spending more and more time alone.
Really?
Yeah, yes. You know, like going to races in Europe and traveling on my own, staying in hotels on my own. And I'm not really a person who copes well when they're on their own. I just go stagnant and go into stasis and just find it hard to leave a hotel room and stuff. So
yeah.
it was definitely a case of like loneliness. And I just thought, like, what is the least lonely job in the world? And I thought, playing guitar or singing in a punk band and just going around performing with loads of people, having a band.
Yeah.
So it was really just a sense of just wanting to be with people.
Is it honestly?
Yeah. Just wanting to be with people all the time, like friends, and just making music, making art and creating. So that was just really calling me. I could do this in a band and it would probably be much more fun. So that was always at the back of my mind. And then I feel like I had a few races where I didn't do as well as I was expected. And me being me, I just instantly thought, right, I'm gonna go do something. I'm gonna do something else now.
So I'm working out, stuff it. Like,
yeah.
So how did you get into the running, the track running and stuff like that? It was like, because you got pretty goddamn far. Like.
Yeah. When I was for my A levels, I got a scholarship to a school called Millfield.
La-di-da.
Yeah, very
nice.
fancy.
Yeah.
Very fancy. I went there for sport, mostly rugby. But while I was there, the head of athletics was a guy called Alan Lurwell, who was a triple jumper, and I think he competed at a few Olympics. And it was like something from a Danny Boyle movie or something. He saw me warming up with the rugby team, and he called me over, and he was like, you know, I can see you're a good runner. When the rugby season ends, come do athletics. So I did athletics with him. He got me into 800 meter running. His son was an 800 meter runner, and he said, you know, I think you should do 800 meters because it's the easiest one to train for, but the hardest one to race. And I think that would suit your personality. You're definitely someone who on race day will just go crazy and just, you know, run themselves into the ground.
And then you went full time into the track.
Yeah.
And was it the easiest thing to train for and the hardest thing to race?
To an extent, yeah. To get you so far. But me and my dad really didn't know what we were doing. So we took a library book out on athletics, and you know, we were like, right, I'm going to be an 800 meter runner because I've done that before. And we genuinely thought the way to get better at 800 meters was just to run 800 meters all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. So my dad got a trundle wheel out, measured 800 meters on the mountain in a straight line going up. And we would just go there and I would just run 800 meters, walk back, do it again.
Just up hills.
And it was mad because, you know, we quickly learned that that's not the way to do it. And I had a proper coach and I trained with a group. But when it came to race day, every time I stood on the start line, I just saw those 800 meters in a straight line up a mountain. That's where I took myself back to all the time.
Yeah.
Which sounds crazy because the last thing you want to do before a race is imagine running uphill
No.
for 800 meters. But it was one of those things where I loved the senses when I took myself there, like the quiet, the smell of the mountain, you know what I mean? So I found that was a really good mindset to have when on like a hot tarmac track, which is not tarmac, they don't make a tarmac, whatever.
How far did you get there? So like, what were your PBs and like, what was your biggest achievements in that?
My PB was 146.3.
I'll tell you what, though, that's nuts. So I recently did 400 meters for time.
Yeah.
And it was around 1 minute 40.
Okay, for 400 meters.
400 meters.
Okay.
So, like, you're doing all right.
Yeah, it was all right.
You didn't go far, I think. Like,
yeah, so I ran 146. In 2006, I got the final of the World Indoor Champs. And I was like the first Brit to do it for a long time. I think I used to tell people it was 30 years. But I'm writing something at the moment and I Googled it and it's not 35 years. But it was a long time.
Is it longer or shorter?
No, shorter.
Oh, okay, but still years.
But it was a while since
years, yeah.
like a British middle distance runner
Yeah.
had got to the final like that. So it was cool. It was cool and I was very unorthodox. I got compared to like comic book characters. I can't remember, like Al Tupper or something, Tough of the Track. Stuff like people were like, oh, this guy's unconventional. He's, you know, I used to do things like I would shout on the start line and go a bit leery and...
What would you shout?
I would just give like a massive whoop.
Yeah.
As we stood in the start line, just before the gun went, it was really quiet. I would just shout something.
I like that.
Yeah, it was
you're getting in the heads.
Yeah,
of the competitors.
Yeah. And also, it was like embarrassing to do. So I would deliberately embarrass myself before a big race, because then I would think, well, if I come last, it won't be as embarrassing as what I've just done. I had unusual things like that where I would leave, like, in a hotel, I would leave one running spike next to the bed and one in the bathroom. So my spikes should be happy to see each other on the day of a race. So, yeah, it was, I was...
Quirks, man.
Quirks, yeah.
I like it. You've got a personality. Yeah. How much do you think it was sort of like natural talent you had versus the work that you put in?
A lot of it was natural talent.
Yeah.
Because I guess I probably only trained really hard for like the final year of my athletics career. And the hard training was enough to put me off, really. So I mean, I definitely trained hard, but I think, some people you just, it's a cliche, but you're just born to run. And I feel like I was, not anymore.
Right, but you were, and not anymore. Like, you're done now. Like,
yeah.
Because you were drinking at that time? Was that ever an issue, like in your running career, or was it something that sort of progressed?
It wasn't an issue. It was almost kind of like a bit of a superpower.
Is it?
Yeah. I remember the night before the World Championships in Moscow. The night before the final, I had like a pint of Guinness in a hotel.
And that's rock and roll.
And it was a bit like, I was like, oh, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. And I felt like, I think when you're doing a race or a sport like athletics, which is really down to you, I think if you've got any personality quirks that are not harmful, but just set you apart from people, it's good for you because you like to feel like you're a little bit different on the track.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And and it was like fun to think, people saw me drinking a pint last night and here I am on a track.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was all absolutely like just fun and games then. And it was when I got older.
Yeah.
It became a problem.
So it never got in the way for you? Like, it was always just something that you sort of little dabbled?
Yeah, there was one occasion where I can't remember what race we'd done. It was for Cardiff. Like the British League somewhere. And it was I want to say like my 21st birthday, I think. And we all went out afterwards and I got really drunk and a girl kicked me in the balls. Mistaken identity. And generally mistaken. She thought,
balls or you?
Me. She thought I was someone else
and
kicked me in the balls and I had very bruised testicles and I had to take maybe a week or so off running. But everybody knew about it and they were always asking me, can I see your balls? Is it true that it's bruised as everyone says? And I was like, yeah, they are. So that's a drinking mishap. So I should have learned then.
I like that. I like that though. It's so you moved away from running and because I read one of your posts because you obviously got into music then. How heavily did you get into music? So you went into a band?
Yeah, I was in bands in school, and I always loved playing guitar and just writing songs. And then when I stopped running, I was like, oh, I'm gonna start a band now. And I think Could
you play anything?
I could play guitar, yeah. I could play guitar. I decided I was going to be a front man. I can't sing. I still can't sing. I was like, no, I'm going to do it. And just worked really hard at a band. Did quite a lot of gigging, a few little tours. And then I joined a band called Future to the Left, who were already established at the time. They'd released 2 albums on good record labels. I joined them as a guitarist. And to help with the songwriting, and then next thing you know, we were touring America, Australia, Europe. So
really,
yeah, that happened within 3 years of quitting athletics. Basically, my drinking got out of hand.
So that's when it got out of hand.
Yeah,
It's the band. It was the band.
It was the band. Let's blame the band. It was, it was just the touring. I just had in my head that, oh man, to be in a band, like I just gotta be drinking all the time, and I gotta be crazy. And there was like one tour in particular, an American tour, where I was just drinking way too much, not making it back to the hotel most nights. I kind of got sacked on that tour. I had an email.
Really?
Yeah, I had an email from the singer. Basically like, your drinking's out of hand, this ain't working. Then we came back to the UK, did another album together, did another tour, but I think by that point, like, I was aware that I was being a bit of a problem.
Right.
And then, I got asked to leave, and then I can't remember what happened. It was so long ago, but I got asked to leave, and then it was like an olive branch dingled, an olive branch extended in my direction, where it was like, okay, you can rejoin if you want. And I just thought about it, and I was like, do you know what, I better not. So that was it then, and that was 2014, I think.
So you didn't think things would change, like if you went back?
I don't think I just don't think I wanted to go back to it. I just don't think I wanted to go back to it. I think I grew up listening to bands like Supergrass and idolising these Britpop bands who like would share penny farthings together or tandem bicycles, and I just thought being in a band would be like that, like with your mates non-stop. And then I just realised that I was in a band where we were friends, but it wasn't that close-knit. And I just thought, I just don't want to go back to that, really. I want to step away and still make music, but on a much less serious scale.
You got back into running then, eventually, like during the COVID, as you said.
I got back into running in 2019, January the 1st, 2019.
New year, new me.
Yeah, new year, new me. It happened because... it's a long story, but that's what podcasts are for, right?
Yeah,
stories.
Yeah.
In 2018, I moved out of Cardiff and I moved to Llanelli. And the first thing I did when I moved there was I joined a gym. Because I was like, I don't know anybody here. I figure if I go to the gym, I'll make some friends. So I joined a gym, and they had a ski erg team.
Ski erg team?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
I know. And I was like, that's pretty cool. And I noticed how ripped everybody was, and I certainly wasn't ripped anymore. So I was like, I wouldn't mind getting a bit of muscle back. So I joined the ski erg team, and we were training for a world record, 100 miles, I think, which we broke as a team. It was amazing.
Wicked.
But in the build up to it, we had a physio who offered us like free massages and stuff to help the team out. And one day I was having a massage off him. I don't know how much he knew about me before the massage, but as he was rubbing my legs, he was like, "Oh, you got runner's legs," basically. It was like one of the... And I was like, "Oh, wow." I was like, "Well, actually, I used to be a runner." So I was talking about my running career with him, and he was basically saying, like, "You must be so proud. You must have your kit up on display, pictures of you running." And I was like, "No, I literally have nothing. I have no pictures."
Really?
Yeah, nothing. None of my medals are on display. I don't even know where they are.
Conscious decision, or
just laziness, just me, losing stuff. And he was like, "Well, for your birthday," because my birthday was coming up, he's like, "Get a framed photo of yourself running for Great Britain. Like, that'd be such a nice thing to have in the house." And I just had my first child, my son. And he was like, "It'd be really nice for your son to see a picture of you running for Great Britain." I was like, "That's a really good idea." So I asked for one, for a picture for my birthday, took a photo of it, put it on Instagram or Facebook, and then someone sent me a link to a YouTube link to the World Indoor Final. And I'd never watched it. Like, I'd never watched it back at all.
I suppose you couldn't back then, though, because there was no, like, video sites.
It was like, I was like, "Oh, okay." So I watched the race, and then my wife at the time, I was like, "Oh, look at this. This is me running for Great Britain." And she didn't know me then. So it was the first time she'd ever seen me running, kind of thing. And I looked so different. Like, for starters, I had a full head of hair. But there's like a little bit where I'm stood on the start line before the final of the World Championships. The camera's on me, and I smile. And she said, "I didn't recognise you, but when you smiled, I recognised you." And then we watched the video. The race was nothing like I remembered it. So I realised, like, I've been telling people a lie. Like, I was saying, "Oh yeah, I was winning it with 50 metres to go." I wasn't. I did go to the front a lot, but I was maybe winning it with 200 metres to go. Right?
Yeah.
But anyway, I watched it, and I thought, "I do you know what? I'm proud of myself that I did well." Like, and that was the first time I really felt proud of what I'd done as a runner. I was like, "That's mad." I'd always kind of put it to the back of my mind, definitely regretted my decision to stop. And I was like, I feel quite proud I did well. But her line about, I didn't recognise you till you smiled, was bugging me. Because I was like, maybe I don't smile enough. And overnight, it became really clear to me that my problem wasn't that I was overweight and I was unfit. The problem was that I just wasn't doing what I loved. And seeing that race reminded me that I love running. I'm a guy who loves running. And that's like the most high pressure race you could be in, apart from like the Olympic final. And I'm just smiling on the start line. So I was like, I'm going to start running again because it makes me happy. That was October the 30th. But because I'm a nice guy, I wanted to give overweight and unhappy Jimmy a Christmas. So I waited until Christmas, and then I had in my head, I'm going to start on January the 1st. And then January the 1st, I started running again.
And everything just came off the back of
that?
Yeah,
everything. Like I went for one run late at night in Air Force Ones and joggers and a hoodie because I didn't have any running trainers. And I put like a little video on my Instagram story, and the number of people who got in touch saying like, you can do this, was unbelievable. And for years I've been promoting music on my Instagram page, and very rarely someone would message saying that song's amazing. Oh,
really?
Yeah, very rarely. But here I am doing a 5 kilometre run in the dark around Llanelli, and people are just messaging me going, you've got this, you can do it. And I was like, okay, so not only is this good for me, I think other people can see it's good for me.
Yeah.
And I just kept on doing it. I just kept on running. Like pretty much every day I was running. I don't like talking about the weight loss side of it, but I lost a load of weight, felt a lot better in myself, and ended up like doing road races and stuff. So
right, I know everyone here hates adverts, but this one actually keeps the lights on here at Rokman, and I promise not to try and sell you any useless supplements. So if you're a runner that enjoys challenging themselves, and let's be face it, you probably are if you're watching this clip or episode, then don't forget to check out Rokman. Rokman offer weekly running challenges that you can take part in at the comfort of your own location to give your training spice and purpose, because you shouldn't have to wait months for a race day event to roll around in order to test yourself. Plus, it's absolutely free to sign up. If you want to check it out, click the link down below. Now, back to the episode. At what point did the reviews come in? Or what came first, the Running Punks or the Running Reviews?
Running Punks came first. So Running Punks started in November 2019, around about then, just before Christmas.
So you'd had a full sort of 8-9 months of running, putting my own content out. Yeah. And then Rodri, who was like a mate from school. Oh, that's got a really nice sound. That's got a bing to it. Sorry. Let me put that down.
He got in touch with me and he was like, I think there's a lot of people like us, because he was a musician as well. He was basically like, I think there's a lot of people who play music or who are music fans who could benefit from running like we have. So yeah, we brainstormed this idea in Wetherspoons in Port Talbot about Running Punks, and then we set up the website, had a few bits of merch made, and then that was that. I just kind of thought we'd be like the big hairy bikers of running. We'd be like two guys who were like, yeah, we're punks, and we'd run races together, and that would be it. And it was like, yeah, like people supported it quite early on. Like friends and family would buy some merch and tag us in their run. So yeah, it started off pretty good, pretty positive. I think every decision around that time was like a positive decision.
Yeah.
I think people know that and they get involved on it.
Yeah, and did you see a turning point where it started to kick off? Because it is literally one of the biggest running clubs in the UK, wasn't it? Like,
it was definitely lockdown.
Yeah.
Lockdown happened. I was put on furlough. It's really hard to imagine it, but during lockdown, runners were seen as like bad guys, super villains, like super spreaders. And I was really scared that running, which had transformed my life, really had. I was scared of it being taken away from me because of COVID. So I just had this like project in mind where I needed something to take my mind off what was going on and to give me a reason to run. And I just thought, first of all, I thought I'm just going to run to albums I've never heard before and just run. And then when the album's over, end my run and just walk home or whatever. And then I just had the idea while walking back from Co-op that I'm going to film it. I'm going to film it and I'm going to review the music. So the first one I did was like a Spice Girls album. I did a vote online and it was like, what's the greatest debut album of all time? And people definitely tongue-in-cheek suggested Spice Girls. So then I narrowed it down to 3. Spice Girls 1. I went out running around Llanelli reviewing Spice Girls, and that video just like went mad. Mad. Yeah, because like people were at home, they had nothing to do. They were all on their phones, and I was like, there's a guy, and I had a Hawaiian shirt on. And I'm like slagging off the Spice Girls, but also really enjoying it. And I think people thought, oh, this is wholesome. content for the end of the world.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think we all thought the world was ending.
Yeah.
So it just got loads of shares, and I just did, like, I was doing one every other day.
Really thick and fast.
Yeah, I was just doing them, like, oh yeah, because I had nothing else to do. I was like, I'm going to go for a run and film it, and then spend a couple of hours editing it. And then I did one for a punk band called the Dead Kennedys, and Lauren Laverne on Six Music saw it. She shared it, had me on Six Music talking about running and the benefits of it. Again, gyms are closed. Ideal time to get people running, and it just blew up then, you know.
Yeah.
BBC News, everything.
The one impressive one for you, because one of my favourite bands ever, if not my favourite band, is The Darkness.
Oh, okay,
and I know Justin Hawkins picked up on it, right?
Yeah.
Into the video.
Yeah.
Did he reach out? Did you get to speak to him?
Yeah. So I totally manifested that.
Yeah.
Totally manifested it, because I was going through a tough time, and I was back home living with my parents for a bit, and I was just chatting to my dad, and I hadn't done many reviews for a while. And my dad's like, yeah, you should get back on and do them. Like, you can tell that you enjoy doing them. And I was like, yeah. And I said, I'm going to do one for The Darkness, because I never listened to them. All my mates were massive fans growing up. So I drove up the mountain, and I was like, Justin Hawkins is going to see this. I know he's going to see it. And I just did the review, edited it. Then I went out for like lunch with my mum and dad in this cafe somewhere. And I had this notification, and I don't know how it happened, but Justin Hawkins must have uploaded the video and then taken it down, but it came up on my phone because I was following his page. It came up on my phone, and it was like, Justin reacts to a review of Permission to Land. And then it was gone, but I was like, I know he's done a video now. I know it's coming.
He's doing something.
Yeah. And then that was like massive, like him reviewing the review. I haven't watched it though. I can't watch stuff like that.
No? You haven't watched the review? You haven't watched the video that he's done?
I've watched bits of it, but then as soon as it cuts to me, I'm like, I can't.
It's a bit of cringe.
I can't look at it. Yeah, I can't look at them.
Yeah.
I can't look at them. But then, we just exchanged a few messages, and then...
Oh, that's good. Did he offer you tickets or something?
No.
Oh, man. They're playing in Cardiff this November. Get me some, man.
It was amazing that him just doing that, because he's a runner. I didn't know at the time he was a runner. So he was talking about his running. I noticed that he does little run clubs when he goes on tour. So it was just brilliant that it just does what I loved about Running Punks, was like, it was music and running.
But I remember the Running Pumps growing.
Yeah.
Because I started Rokman at the same time, and we would do little COVID runs around the park, because you were allowed to mix a few people and stuff. I remember seeing these people with these T-shirts with the two safety pins. I was like, what the hell is this? I keep seeing people with it. Like, so it grew pretty well. And I think that's why it worked so well, is because you combine running with something that was also popular and married them together. And it's it's resonated with people, because it's almost like music first, then running. Whereas other running clubs are running first, then something else. I don't know. Do you feel that?
I also feel like it worked well, because bands are always desperate for like some form of publicity. They always want someone to review their music in an interesting way, in a different way. So one of the strengths was that most reviews got shared by the bands. So I would like review big bands, and then they would pass on to like 80,000 followers or whatever, and then say like 50 of those people would then be like, oh, this is cool, and then they would connect with Running Punks. So it was like just like a really good. I just saw it as this like nice little, like almost like the rain cycle, the water cycle. It was kind of like I would create a video for the bands and to tell people how much I love the music, how much I'm enjoying my running. The bands would share it, people would get onto it, they would suggest other bands, and it was just a thing that just kept on going and going. And every time I did one, Running Punk seemed to grow, and my love of running and music grew.
What's the most proudest point of Running Punks for you?
Proudest? Probably the Six Music Rebels relay.
Yes, what was that?
It was a thing where Six Music got in touch, very short notice, towards the end of the year. I can't remember what year it was. And they were like, we want to do a thing in January where with Craig Charles, we just get all the listeners to run like a relay, basically. So we'll add up everybody's miles and we see how far we can go. And it was like, we're going to do, I think it was like 666 miles, because Six Music. Or it might have been like 600 miles to start.
It's because it's 666 as well.
It was something like that. It was like a link to the six. And we launched it, and we hit that target in like the first day. And I think that was really exciting, because they were phoning you going, right, we've hit that target, we need another one. So then we were like, let's do a lap of the world. Let's see if we can get people to do a lap of the world, enough miles. And we did a lap of the world in like the first week. I can't remember how many we did in the end, but we did like 4. Our target was like 4 or 5 laps of the world, and we just
What?
Yeah, I'm just getting people running all the time. And there's like this one little story where my sister, she works in Bath for a building company, and they were doing like an evaluation on a house, and the person who owned the house was saying, I'm just going for a run, I'm doing this 6 Music Rebels relay thing. Obviously not knowing it was my sister he was telling, and my sister was like, oh, my brother's doing that. And, you know, little things like that where you think, that's mad, that's amazing. The people who listen to the radio in work are now out running, and there were lots of people who'd never run before.
Yeah.
Who got involved because of that. So we did 2 years of that. And the second year we got to the moon, which is mad, which is just crazy. And we got there on the final day. So yeah, those are my highlights. Those 2 years of doing that.
You enjoyed that? Did they get you in studio and stuff?
Yeah. So I went to the studio for like the final day. I was on the phone like as a guest every week, just giving some running tips and just saying, this week I've been running to this album. And it was amazing. It was amazing.
Because you're obviously not part of the Running Punks anymore.
No.
How come you left?
Just had a guts full of them.
Doing your head in.
Yeah. I think it was like about a year ago now that I put a video out. Basically it was like a lot of things that happened behind the scenes that I found made me feel a bit uncomfortable and a bit, I want to say used, but I'm well aware I sound like a stroppy teenager, but things, there was a lack of communication, and, you know, I was hearing things that, you know, people were saying to me, they were annoyed that I was using Running Punks to promote my own music, which is like, it's just mad. So,
I think that's your right mind. Like,
I've always made music and I've always run, so I wasn't doing anything different.
But you were part of the creation of Running Punks as well. Like, I think I think that's wrong for them to say that. Like,
it bothered me. And then another thing was just kind of like my business partner and someone who came on board to like help grow Running Punks, like opened a cafe together. It's all very public. It's all online. And I just felt a bit like I don't really think you'd do that to a friend, you know?
Yeah.
And I know people who say, well, a friend wouldn't call out another friend online, which is what I did. But it was generally right. I would bump into people who were Running Punks, and they would ask me, oh, how come you're not doing much of Running Punks anymore? And answering them made me feel really emotional every time I did it. And I was like, I'm sick of like, because I was like lying to them, basically saying, oh, you know, I'm really busy, I'm taking a bit of time out. And then I was like, no, I just want to just say what's happened and then move on from it. So it's just one of them things.
What was the hardest bit about leaving? Was it the community you built, or was it the being part of the brand? Or was it the friendship breakdown?
The hardest bit for me was that my son knew what Running Punks was. Like, he had like a little Running Punks t-shirt, and I had it in my head that, you know, you could say I'd made a mess of my athletics career. You could also say I made a mess of my time as a musician, and I had like immense pride behind Running Punks. And I kept saying to my son, we'd have like joking conversations. I'd be like, you'll be the Running Punks in the future. And I think the hardest part for me was that he's not going to do that now. You know, it's so ridiculous. But I see so much of myself in my son. He's creative, he's bonkers, he loves running. And I just thought, like, it'd be an amazing thing to let him do, like when he's 18, 19, going, you can do the videos now. You can be in charge of the merch. Here's a little project for you. So the hardest bit for me was just knowing that that's gone. Yeah, it just sounds ridiculous. But on a personal level, for me, I feel happy to be away from it now. And I do. I mean, I've unfollowed them. I've blocked them, I think. But
you have to. It's like an ex, isn't it? I don't want to see you going out with someone else and stuff
but
like that.
I do have like other accounts that I work on for work, and I see them pop up now and again. And my gut reaction is to be like, not these again. But then I see the people are still running with the badge, which was like a collaborative thing with me and Rodri. They're still wearing the badge, they're still running. So I'm like, well, they're still doing what I wanted it to be like. So, you know, that's not a bad thing. It's just, I don't know if it is selfish, but for me, it was like, I was really proud of that. And I just had this little thing in my head that me and my kids are going to do Running Punk stuff together in the future, but, you know.
You can set something else up.
Yeah,
you can do something else.
Yeah,
like, you know,
and I have
and maybe with your kids.
Yeah, I
you know
have,
what I mean?
yeah, I have worked on other things, and I have done like running reviews since, like a few. So yeah, there's definitely room for me to do something else, but I just at the moment, I just don't feel like I want to, because I feel I'm a guy who, for me to do outlandish and crazy things on the internet, I need to feel confident. And every time I did a running review, I'd be like, oh, I can't do this today. But I would honestly think, like, if I do this, it's going to get people into running, you know, and I'm not going to be... I always felt lucky that I never really had any hate off anybody for it, you know. I know some running influencers and I see them online who get hate. And I always felt like I'm lucky here because I'm just doing something so mad that it's hard to dislike the person doing it. Mm-hmm. But after the fallout of Running Punks, you know, I kind of probably thought I was doing them for selfish reasons. So it's hard for me to have the confidence to go, well, I'm going to go back out and review music now. And
maybe it's just not the time.
Yeah.
And you will get there eventually. You'll have that spark back. And you're like, right, let's do something now.
Do it now.
Man. You're still a personality in the running scene. Like, I love your posts because you're not serious.
Yeah.
You're right, because you see everyone else, it's all about, oh, train this way, train that way, be serious, don't drink or have a drink. It's all conflicting information.
Yeah.
And you're there just having a laugh and say, like, what did you say? 3 things I did on my run: kicked a marmot, nicked a ice cream off a policeman or something.
Right,
It's just taking a piss, like, and I love it. Like, you're adding the fun.
Everyone's on about like electrolytes and stuff now, isn't it?
And they're
it's just like, I always
something.
see people doing electrolyte adverts. It's like, chill out.
Is there any sort of running advice that you see online that, like, from being in that scene and doing it, that you feel is complete nonsense, that people are sort of getting suckered into?
Not really. I do. Like, every influencer I see does make me want to run.
Yeah.
It do make me want to run. I don't see anything where I think, oh, this just makes me not want. Everything makes me want to run. I guess I do like the runners who are full-time influencers, are running really well, and I do like to see like their weekly mileage. Do you know, little things like that. I'm like, that's kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. In terms of advice, I tend to not watch much running advice. I do save any videos got to do with like a running warm-up. I think I'll watch that, but I never watch them.
About running warm-ups?
Yeah.
Warm-ups?
Yeah, because I never warm up, and I've never warmed up.
Nah, don't bother. Don't stretch. Stuff it.
But I always see when I go, I'm going to save this, I'm going to come back to this.
I will warm up one day.
I never watch them.
Just what you want to do, from the cold, just do hard, fast, explosive movements.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I do.
That's what you need, like.
Funny enough, I did a run quite recently where I felt like absolute... Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah.
I felt like shit. And I was like stubbing my toe. I was tripping up over curbs. And I was like, this is awful. And then I was on a country lane and I heard a tractor. And it really scared the shit out of me, right? For some reason. Then I had in my head this tractor was chasing me. And I did must have done like an 800 metre interval. And the tractor driver was like, what's happening, boy? It was hard to keep up with you then. And I was buzzing about that.
Yeah.
And I did like a hard interval with no warm-up. And I thought, you don't need warm-ups.
You don't need warm-ups. I've never warmed up in my life. I'm going to have to touch some wood now. And I've never got an injury. Like, it's fine. You warm up on the run, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
So if someone's looking to improve their speed, so maybe they're already a runner, not a beginner, like they're already a runner, like what advice would you give me to sort of start getting faster at sort of 10Ks?
Get chased by a tractor.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's
just
all you need.
Run towards oncoming traffic and try and dodge it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. I love intervals. I still try and do intervals as much as I can. I'm a big fan of going somewhere and just running lap after lap of intervals. That's my thing. I think anybody who wants to get faster needs to do some kind of interval.
So you're saying that if you want to get faster, run faster. Essentially,
in that
interval. But like it's broken down into achievable chunks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how much rest would you do? What sort of intervals are you talking?
I love mile reps.
Yeah.
I love a good mile rep because it's so far.
It is.
I love a mile rep, and you don't have to run too fast. And then I do love 800 meters because it just takes me back to running on the track. So like 800 meter reps, kilometer reps, mile reps.
Yeah.
And then I do love doing like a cheeky couple of hundreds now and again.
Yeah, just chuck them in.
Yeah, chuck them in, and I think I don't know if people talk about it online, but running really is a skill, and it's the same as like learning an instrument. And I think if you want to learn a guitar or any instrument, you practice things like the scales and stuff like that, and you slow it down, then you can play the riff a bit faster. Running's no different to that. Like, you have to have this mixture of running slow and then running at race intensity if you want to run well in races, or like not even like I maybe do 1 or 2 races a year, but I still do the intervals.
Yeah.
Because it's good to have those skills in your bag.
It's part of your training repertoire. Always part of that. Like, I love the way you just compared it to music.
Yeah,
But
it really is. It really is. It's kind of like when I feel rusty in a particular area of running, I'll just focus on that for a little bit.
Double down on it.
Yeah.
You gave a piece of advice, because this is the second time you've been on the podcast. Yeah. You gave a piece of advice on the first one when I asked you the question, what would be your advice to someone running? Do you remember what it was?
Yes, tell other people you were doing it.
It's something like that. You said, what was it? Ask someone.
Yeah, ask them what they think you can do. Yeah, definitely.
And then do double.
Yeah. So
I love
ask
that.
someone like, do you think I could do a 5K? And then run like a 10K.
Yeah.
Because they will then see, oh my God, he's exceeded what I set. And then it would make them think, well, maybe I should give something a go.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, always ask. I do that now. Like, what do you think I could do for this? And then double it or beat it, and then report back.
I love that.
Yeah.
It was the best advice I've ever heard.
That's cool. Yeah. That's good.
I love
That's good.
It's you're improving yourself, and you're giving the 2 fingers up to the person.
Definitely. I think
in a nice way.
Yeah, I think proving people wrong, even if you love them, is like a good way to go about stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like even like just proving yourself wrong. Just write a little goal down on a bit of paper, or look at someone who you admire or compare yourself to, and look at what they've done for a certain distance, and then go, see if I can go out and get close to that. Yeah.
I'll try your 147.
Yeah, 146. Yeah, give
146. But yeah, give it a go. We'll get down there. Jimmy, let's play a little game.
Okay,
we've come to that stage of the podcast where we're going to sign it off with a nice little game. Right?
Okay.
So the game, I've got photos for you to view.
Okay.
Now, this might get me cancelled. I don't know about you, but
I think I've overdone the energy drinks as well. I broke out in a sweat.
You don't want to be what's it called, shaking
I have
with
got the
adrenaline
jitters
for
of it.
this.
Yeah,
Like, this will get you.
It's been a while since I've done a podcast. I'm nervous.
Right, here we go. Let me set it up. So this game, the game I've invented, is called Come In or Go In.
Oh shit! Right. Okay.
So you have got to guess. So I'm going to show you pictures of people's faces, and you've got to tell
From
me.
Pornhub.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you pictures of people's faces. You've got to tell me, are they coming or going? Are they running?
Yeah.
Or are they from pornos?
Okay. Is that really what it is?
That's really what it is.
Okay, cool. Okay, we're on the same wavelength. Right, okay.
Yeah, no, I thought, like, if I can play this game with anyone, it's got to be Jimmy.
Because I used to be a porn star, so...
Oh, did you actually?
No.
No. I think I remember some of you... the 146 have you got the record for, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we did have a theme song as well to go with it. So
come on, give it to me.
Let's play Come In or Go In.
Come In or Go In. Oh, yeah. Is that Barry White?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I was in Porthcawl the night Barry White died.
All right.
Random fact, yeah. in a nightclub in Porthcawl.
Is this you, like, that's your alibi? How's it Porthcawl?
It's nothing to do with me. And the DJ stopped what he was playing, and he was like, Barry White has just died, and he played a Barry White song, and it was...
He did?
Yeah.
Brought a tear to your chap's eye.
Yeah.
Right, I don't know how good this is going to... Because there's going to be people listening to this rather than actually watching on the video, I want you to describe the face as well.
Okay.
Before you make your guess.
Okay.
Once you make your guess, I'll then say you may swipe.
Okay.
You swipe right, and it'll give you the answer.
Okay.
So here's the first one.
Oh my word.
Okay, so you have to describe the sort of face for the listeners.
So it looks like a very pale Mr. Bean. A face. So I can only see the face and a bit of the neck.
That's it.
It looks like they come in, but that's not sex hair. That hair doesn't look like it's sex. So I'm gonna go for that's a race.
Let's go in.
Let's go in. Swipe right. It's a runner. It's a runner. There we are.
It's a runner.
I recognise that track as well.
So, not from your porno days. From porno days. So we'll give that one point.
Okay, 1 point. Okay, this is quite hard.
You swipe right for the next one.
Okay, I lack a sweat. Ooh, this is.
Describe the face.
Yeah, the face is like eyebrows are very high, front teeth poking out quite a lot. The chin is wrinkled up. Looks like he's getting some oomph. But again, the hair, that's not sex hair. I can't. This is tough. This is really tough. Kind of looks like the guy who plays Jaws in the James Bond film as well. I'm going to go for go in.
Go running?
So run in, yeah. Yes!
It's a runner. Which runner is that? I
It's
can't remember.
this guy.
Oh, it's that guy, yeah.
Yeah. He's doing a relay.
He's doing a relay.
Okay.
2 points.
So the baton kind of looks like a flashlight. So
It could well be.
if you'd had the top of the baton in, I would like, ooh, okay.
Well, I've cropped from the waist up, so I don't know what's down below.
Okay.
It could be a bit of a mixture.
I got you.
What have you on the next one?
Next one's, ooh. Looks a bit like a Skeletor Roger Bannister. He's got Bill Clinton hair. Eyes look like he's really concentrating. Oh, do you know what? This guy's coming. This guy's coming.
This
guy's coming. He's running. Oh, no. But he shit himself. Okay. So this is a runner who's taken a shit on the front of his body. I don't know how you do that.
I don't know how it's happened.
Bless him. Wow.
But I think he finished the race, so there is a story about that. It was a meme on
That's
on the
a
internet.
lot of shit.
That is, isn't it?
Really nice shorts though. I'll keep an eye out for those shorts on Vinted because if I see them, I won't buy them. Okay, next one. Ooh, okay. We've had like 3 runners now, so this has got to be someone coming. He looks a bit like a headmaster. He's got a headmaster vibe. I just think like when you come, do your teeth come out that much? Do you show so much teeth when you come? I'm gonna go for going. He's running.
He's running.
Okay.
Which one is that? I can't remember the order. Yeah, he's running.
Ooh, okay.
Who have we got?
No, he looks like he's in Hanson. He looks like a bit of a pop star. He's got sex hair. That's sex hair. His nostrils are massive. He's coming. Yes, he's coming. He's coming. Yeah, he's coming. Okay, I've had that. Ooh, Okay, looks like a sunburnt Phil Collins with Morrissey's mouth. Looks a lot like a bald Morrissey. A massive vein on the side of his head. I can kind of smell this photo. He's coming.
Oh, gross.
Oh, he's running. Oh my God. He's got no top on though. He's running with no top on. Okay.
I think can I see the photo for the next one? I think we might be on this is the last one.
This is the last one.
This is a good one.
He's running and coming.
Is he coming or going? Describe it for the listeners.
He looks a bit like the singer from Fontaine's DC. Really nice eyebrows. Really looks like the guy who's going out with my ex-girlfriend at the moment with his eyebrows. I'm gonna say coming. This guy's coming. He's running. Oh, he's got bloody nipples as well. Oh my God. So the ones that I mistook for the ones having sex have got body fluids coming out of them.
They have, yeah.
They've got blood and shit. So
I don't know whether they're climaxing whilst running, whether they're coming and going.
it's like
There is certainly a lot of body fluid.
they're all giving like danger wank vibes. The guy who shit himself and the guy who's bleeding. So yeah.
I'll give you half points for them then.
Okay.
I'll give you half points because we can't tell.
That was a good game.
It was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to play that with kids.
Jimmy, where can people follow you?
If you go to Slantley, I live by the hairdressers.
Just knock the door.
Yeah, give me a shout. I'll go for a run. Follow me on Instagram, Nutbush Jimmy Limits. I was on Twitter, but I guess I'm not anymore. So just Instagram now.
Instagram.
Nutbush Jimmy Limits. After years of trying to get viral videos from running and review music, I now do things where I try and buy gimp suits in charity shops and they go viral. So
wicked.
Yeah, that's the last big video I did.
Are you like a buyer and seller? Like you're buying them from charity shops and upselling on your Vinted or something like that?
Upselling them on Vinted, yeah.
Hey, we've all got to make a way, like,
exactly.
That's fine. Do you know what the funny thing is? When for some reason, I knew your name was Jimmy Watkins from years ago, but when I went on to do my research, I saw your Instagram handle. It was Nutbush Jimmy.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, his surname's Nutbush.
Okay,
When I was making my questions, it was Jimmy Nutbush right at the top until I came across your Wikipedia page.
Oh, yeah. I think like a massive hater has made that page as well. I've had all sorts
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was put on there that I was a Holocaust denier, which was fun. The police got involved with that. And now I've had... Because you can see the edits, can't you?
Can you?
Yeah. And someone funny enough whose Wikipedia username is Running Punk.
Right.
I'm like an alcoholic runner who never achieved anything really. I don't know how up to date the Wikipedia page is. I've stopped looking, but
Rodman, you just need to get over it. Yeah, just move on. We're all moving on.
Someone's giving me a bashing on Wikipedia, which is great. I love it.
Cracking, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming
Thank
on.
you very much. Thanks for having me.
Really enjoyed it.
Cheers.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the episode. YouTube thinks that you'll like this video next, so give that a click. Or, if you're an endurance runner that loves challenging themselves, don't forget to subscribe or join the Rokman community with the link down below. Go on, click one of the links.